Wait, I'm supposed to talk, aren't I? Hey! Talk and cough and talk and cough. Can anybody hear me? What am I doing? I'm just doing a little quick live because I haven't, and I should. It's 4:20. Everyone likes a 4:20 live. Let's do a quick live while I'm tidying the desk, and then I'll get a wider shot, and then what? I guess I'm gonna have to do some dabs. It's what I'm here for. I was gonna say it's what we're all here for, but it's not. It's what I'm here for. I'm here for dabs. How do I see the chat? Let's see the chat. Oh yeah, there we go. It's 5 of you watching in secret. Where are we? Is there anybody here that wants to talk? Dabs. The passenger. Hello, the passenger. Hello, Josh B. I'm going to clean this. I'm going to clean this slightly. Not that much, because it's filthy. It needs a good scrub. And then I'm going to do a dab. What have I been dabbing today? What have I got? What dabbingtons? Shh! Don't tell anyone, the Lankmaster 72. Don't tell anyone! Don't even mention it. Don't think of it. Don't look at it. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Maybe do all those things, actually. I should check. Can everyone hear me? I think we're all working. Is that a Focus Carter I see? It is not. This is something I was hoping to have ready for today, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mic check. Someone give us a mic check. Before I start explaining what the thing is on the table. Can anybody hear me? Audio's good. Great. Thank you, Josh. So, no, it's not a Focus Carter. It is the Core XL Deluxe from Crossing Tech. Let me just give this banger a bit of just a tiny bit of a clean. There we go. Let's get it on the coil. Oh. So I was hoping to have this video. I was up until like, I don't know, 5 this morning or something, editing the video, but didn't get it finished, sadly. It's one of these, a Core XL Deluxe. So the review is in the works at the moment. I'm probably three quarters of the way through it. And once it's done, I'm going to upload it immediately, whatever day it's done. I'm not waiting for a Sunday or anything like that. And it's one of these. There will be one of these to give away. A dab rig with what they call the grenade glass. It's got your typical 5 to turn it on and off. But it comes with a metal housing for this. It's the housing for the entire bowl. And it normally comes with a metal housing and this metal carb cap. Hello Herb, happy 420. Happy 420 everyone. Happy 420 anyone who isn't comfortable chatting and is just watching. You're all wonderful too. Happy 420 to everyone. So yeah, this is normally metal. This comes with a metal housing. I replaced it for the glass one so you can see what's going on in the dish, and it's just going to taste nicer without so much metal in the air path. I did get a different carb cap for it. I thought I'd go all glass and use that one, but I'm not finding it anywhere near as effective as the one that comes with it, which has got angled holes on it, so it moves the concentrates around kind of automatically. So for the one that I'm giving away, I bought another glass housing. So the one that I'll be giving away comes with this glass housing as well. I'll throw in this carb cap because I don't want it. I do normally, yes. I normally have them in my standard banger because it's got air holes in it, so it's kind of there for spinning them round. And I don't like the performance it gives without them, really. So yeah, so obviously to people who aren't in the know, AD or Aid Realism, yes, the Mighty is a bit rough. That's the Mighty has the renowned Bickle Tickle, Stores and Bickle Tickle. It's not as apparent with other vaporizers. What else have you tried though? Is the Mighty the best one you've tried so far? What made you go for the Mighty specifically? But yeah, to anyone that doesn't understand these things, there's your bowl. That's the atomizer. It's got, is it going to be able to focus? It's not, is it? It's got the heating elements actually encased in the ceramic, going all the way around and on the bottom. So it's heating it from all sides and the bottom. The only downside is ceramic's not quite as tasty as glass, and it's really, really delicate. If this is hot and you put cold ISO in it, or crystal clear glass, blah blah, you're going to break the ceramic. Probably it's probably going to crack. I've already gone through I think 2 of these, but that's entirely down. I'm used to a milk bottle, a bit of fat clear silicone pipe and a cone. Yeah, I know where you've come from. Yeah, so I've already gone through 2 of these, but they're ridiculously easy to replace. Where's the one that I'm cleaning at the moment? Can I even get it out? No, I can't. Where's the spare? So the whole thing unscrews, so you can take the whole atomizer out, or dish, whatever you want to call it. It's officially called an atomizer, but it is just the dish. And then it comes with a tiny screwdriver, so you can take these little legs out, and then the whole dish just pops out, and then you can replace it with a brand new one. So it works really well. It's quite effective. It's easy to overheat the dabs. I burnt some dabs with it last night, which was disappointing. The downside with it really though is this. That's all open. Can't see it, can you? There we go. That's all open. So all this, all of it, all the metal, all the inside in here is eventually going to get covered in reclaim. So you have to clean the whole thing. And obviously that's eventually going to affect the threads. It's just going to gum up everything. So you've got to clean it fairly regularly. So it's great that it's easy to replace it. It's great that it's so simple. It's not so good that they haven't added some sort of seal around here. The air path, someone just asked the bubbler, yep, comes off. And the air path's just a hole, you can't see that, can you? The air path's just a hole in there. In fact, What am I doing? There we go. That's the air path. So it's just a hole straight through to the chamber. So on the one hand, it's an ingenious design. On the other hand, you can see why it's half the price of a Puffco Puffco Peak. And because the glass doesn't quite fit fully flush with the base, you can see where I've had to clean it. And you can also maybe see where, yeah, fingerprints going into it, because that gets covered in reclaim as well. That being said, the first dab I had with it, and this is on camera, I think, it'll be in the review. The first dab I did with it, I put it on full temp and put a really big dab in it, and it did the whole thing down in one. My eyes were streaming. Do bubblers work better with the Mighty? Do bubblers work better with the Mighty? Well, I suppose there's more before that question mark. Do bubblers work better with the Mighty than what? Than without a bubbler? I need a banger that will fit on the Ruby Twist. That's not how the Ruby Twist works, I'm afraid. I'm not quite sure I understand your question to the point of thinking that you might be misunderstanding how bangers and Ruby Twists work. Yeah, that's not... The Ruby Twist is for flower. You could put a dab in the flower, in with it, on top of it, or in it, and the dab will melt all through the flower, and then you can vape it that way. You could just drop your dab in the holes in the top, and that will vape it off. But then you're looking at having to open it all up and clean all the ruby balls, and that would be really that would be quite a pain in the arse to do, I think. But you could do that at a push. If you wanted to just try dabbing and see what you think of it, you could just drop your dab in there. But like I say, you'd be dirtying up all the ruby balls, and you'd need to open it up and clean them. You can do much cheaper than the Moab to do exactly the same thing. Recommended vape supplies will have that kind of stuff, and Mary Jane Vapes would be good to get in touch with for that kind of stuff. All the Moab is really, let's turn it around, is that coil, which coils at the bottom and the sides, that does that, which is essentially the same coil that's on here, that's, you know, inside there surrounding the casing. So you can get options, can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know Cannabis Hardware do one, but obviously with not going to get into not going to get into politics, but obviously with the tariffs and everything that's going on, it might be a bit tricky to get hold of them cheap. I don't know, but I know Cannabis Hardware do a little DIY stand thing that you can like screw into your table or whatever, that you just attach a coil to, and does exactly the same thing as the Moab, and that's a much cheaper way to do it. Otherwise, you just do it the old school way, and you buy yourself a banger and a torch. Have I got mine nearby? Mine's a bit crap. You know, a lighter torch thing, and you do it that way. You'll be able to add a banger into your chugger, definitely. Cheapest way to do it would be buying a torch. Oh no! I was supposed to be cleaning the desk up and I'm just making more of a mess. Hello, Ash, by the way. No problem, John. Any questions at all, definitely ask. There's always people in the chat as well that know their shit. Always. So where are we? Where were we with this thing? I think that was about everything, really, wasn't it? I might go and put some water in it and do a dab with it. But yeah, this is, you know, it's got that downside of the air path not being isolated, and it needs to be. But other than that, it's got its silicone cozy. It heats up really quickly. It works really well. The dish is easy to clean, he says, even though it's got a load of muck in it there. Yeah. My neighbour complained to housing and police, had to prove my prescription to avoid eviction. Fuck's sake. Exactly. So they sent me this one and the other one for free. One to review, one to give away. That's why I was trying to get the video done, but I haven't managed it, but I'll get it out this week. It's 420 week. We all have birthday weeks, don't we? These days, we don't just have a birthday. We have a week of birthdays. So we're going to have a 420 week. And I'm going to try and get the giveaway for this out this week. Yes, and I'm going to suggest to them they really need to get a silicone seal here. It's not that difficult to create one. I wonder if it's something to do with how hot it gets. I don't know, but they need to figure it out. This open air path with all the metal in there is a bit shit. Anne-Marie, though. Been threatened by housing that if I'm considered to not be using my vaporizer, the police will be called on me. I am using a vaporizer. Been a lonely experience so far. Glad to find this community. I wonder if there's anything that we can do to help. I wonder if there's anything we can do to send information through to whoever these housing people are. And we can maybe put them on notice that we're watching. Whereabouts in the country are you, Anne-Marie? There's a study coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but I've heard a rumour. This is complete rumour that there's something coming out that proves in law that us smoking our medicine isn't illegal. See, that's what I'm thinking, Ash. Same thing. Anne-Marie, yeah, speaking to your MP, giving your MP an email. I don't want to make it worse by a bunch of us bombarding. But at the same time, we can inform them of the law, we can inform them that we're watching, we can inform them that they're discriminating against you just by putting you on notice. They wouldn't do this with any other medicine. So threatening you with the police is just a disgusting thing to be doing. Threatening you with the police for a completely lawful activity. That's, yeah, someone in the office has got to be in the bonnet about that. That sounds like a potential audit location to me. But if we can put, if you want to email me, Anne-Marie, exactly, yeah, you ring the police yourself. They're not, if they've got any knowledge of this, they're not going to be interested, they're not going to care. But the fact that they're threatening you is horrendous. They're threatening you, which is, again, in itself is discrimination. They're threatening you for doing something completely and utterly lawful. They wouldn't be doing that with anyone with insulin, with any sort of cream the doctor would have prescribed, you know, anything. Medical cards. Medical cards don't save you from anything. If the police accept them, they're accepting them kind of, it's good that they're accepting them, but they don't really mean anything for us. As long as a person has a medical card, all you need is to have your medicine in its original packaging, and for safety have access to your prescription. That's it. You don't need a medical card. Who was saying that in the video? Was it the police saying that? I think I might have seen that video, you know. Is it the audits by the seaside or something like that? British seaside recordings or something? If that's the same video. The police are woefully uninformed on all this stuff, Aid. If you look at the audit at the train station I did, one of the first things he asks me is, have you got a CAN card? CAN card doesn't absolve you of anything. It's good that the police acknowledge CAN cards, but also a bunch of them aren't going to, because they know that they're not really legal. So you might find yourself in a situation where you're having to explain the fucking CAN card to someone, to the police, and then when they look it up, it's like, oh, this doesn't absolve you of any part of this. I still think you're committing a crime. So the better way to go is informing them of the laws in the first place, to show that we don't even need a fucking CAN card. Anne-Marie, my email address, the channel's email address, is on the About section of the channel, on the main page. The owner was charged on selling behind the counter. That sounds very similar. The one I watched, they raided him for saying that he was selling behind the counter, but he wasn't selling behind the counter. Ash, my brain has just caught up with your question from like 3 days ago. The grape Galena down to £4? No, definitely not. Unless you like the taste of burnt plastic and tobacco, then definitely, definitely not. I don't recommend that in the slightest. Ask them to talk to your landlord. So, is it a housing association, Anne-Marie, or is it a private landlord? I can't believe they've threatened you with things the police aren't going to care about. If I told you I walked down the street and there was tons of fresh, ripe weed, you wouldn't believe me. I would believe you. I'd wonder where you are in the world. And if you were in Droitwich, I definitely wouldn't believe you. If you were in York city centre, I definitely wouldn't believe you. Have I caught up with any of this chat business? Ah, it's a neighbour. It's a naughty neighbour. Oh, I see. So it might have been over here. Wow. Housing Association. Pierre? Mr. Aturnus. Mr. or Mrs. Aturnus. Person Aturnus. They must have dropped it. When I got raided, when I was growing, I spent 12 hours in the cell. And when I got home, Grabbed a sample. Nice. That's fantastic. When I got home, and while I was in questioning, they were showing me pictures of the plants they'd chopped down, that they were carrying around. And I was stroking the picture and going, "Oh no, poor plants! What have you done?" And when I got home, they'd left loads of buds attached to the plants still. It's like, okay, well, thanks for leaving a few bits for me. I mean, obviously the downside was my bed being full of footprints and broken glass and broken plastic. But apart from that, how did they find you were growing? I saw they have a fire in the meadows in Nottingham. That was 2 streets away from my friend's house. That's how I found out about it. He sent me an image of the warehouse on fire, just round the back of his house, pretty much. But he sent it with a message saying, "There's a fire next to my house," which in my head is like, "Oh, you've got a fire next door. Does that mean your house is nearly on fire?" No, it's 2 streets away. What am I doing? I've spent all this time. How long have I been doing this? It's nearly half an hour. And I haven't done any consuming on 420. What colours have we got on this? So purple's the lowest. Let's go for yellow. Let's go for yellow, or let's go for blue. The thing I was using in the police video, if I remember rightly, there were 2 things I was using in the police video. Also consuming SS what? Say what now? Consume! Also consuming as I cook. The other thing I used, right, I'll get onto this. Someone remind me to get the Tiny Mite out to have a look at it for Anne-Marie. But first off, consume! I must obey. Big Foz did something insane the other day. He knew that I'd missed certain things, so I wasn't able to get certain things for 420. So he drove for 2 hours to get here, just to drop me off a little bit of that in there that he'd acquired from somewhere. Fireball hash rosin. He drove for 2 hours, stayed for about 20 minutes, and then drove 2 hours home again. And I pressed the rest of the, what's it called? The peanut butter souffle. And that's what else is in there. So that's the live hash rosin. That's the peanut butter souffle. The colours aren't that far off. That's what's really stunned me with the peanut butter souffle. You know, everything that we see on medical, everything that I press is a really dark colour until you thin it out. When I say thin it out, I don't mean put additives in it, but I mean, like, you know, spread it out thinly on the paper, and then you can start to see through it and see, you know, it's a very deep amber colour. But look at that. And that's not that colour because it's nearly pure THCA. This is absolutely full of all natural terpenes. I did press the white runts, and I can't fucking remember it. The white runts has suffered from me not getting around to stuff that I want to do, which is continual issue, and me consuming a lot of medicine. Oops. Basically, I got through the white runts before I filmed an entire review, I think. So I don't know that I can finish that review. Right, so that's in there. How am I going to do this so we can all see what's going on? How about I put a bit of water in this? Oh, I'm wearing a mic. You can hear me everywhere. This is like being stalked. Stop listening to me in other parts of my abode. Why are you all stalking me? I'm being gang stalked. Way! Mute! Furtively huffing. Mute. I could mute myself. As long as we don't hear the plop and the flush. That's coming next! I also borrowed off a friend a Puffco pivot. I quite like it, I think. He gave me a stem to go with it that he's made. He's cut a little hole in it for the airflow. So you can have a little stem version. Right, let's see if I can... No, I'm not going to see if I can rearrange everything. It's going to get too confusing. But there we go. That's what it looks like with some water in it. Can I get any sort of... Let's see if we can get... That might be a little bit better. Or at least easier to get it on shot. We're going to have it on a wonky angle. There you go, you got a Dutch angle. Okay, that's heating up. Oh, there we go. Should have gone a bit hotter, I think. Oh my god, that tastes lovely. Holy shit. Oi, oi, oi. The other problem with this is that you can't really huff it really hard because you end up pulling the concentrates over the dish. Wow, that tastes amazing. Holy moly. I literally just started sweating the moment I read UK Cush's comment, got you sweating. Fucking hell. It's not the easiest having to double over and bend over so I can keep it on camera as well. Oi, oi, oi. Dab sweats. Dab sweats and those really surprising ones where you get it all at once and your eyes just suddenly start streaming. No, no, no. No hot flushes from withdrawal. Whew. Dab sweats. Dab sweats are a thing though. So you end up consuming a lot of dab all at once. Holy moly. And it'll make your eyes water and give you the sweats. Ah. Ash, that is interesting. We do all have... Oh, bong sweats, there we go. There's no whitey going with it. But yeah, it's just, you know, a lot at once. Gets you very, very, very medicated, definitely. And it's only if you consume a lot at once. You can do, you know... I've done a particularly big dab there. On, not a high heat, but certainly getting towards it. Whew, holy moly. Are we going to stay on the Dutch angle? Excuse me. I think that got it. Starmer's a Tory. I've got one coming next week. I've ordered the sourdough vape. Whew. Holy shit. That really smacked me around the face. I am very medicated. Here is your reminder. Drink some water. Hello, Paula. Memedica, yeah, fuck knows. And they are really new. Excuse me. The Aurora vapes are really new. Who knows if Memedica are making money out of them. And if they're not, then the chances of them getting on the formulary at Memedica are reduced. And I don't know how fast Memedica are at updating stuff. I suspect they might not be on there till next week because of the Easter thing. I am fucking very medicated now. That was quite a large dab. How's Paula today? I don't like Memedica. Bong sweats. Is this going to get me blocked from YouTube if I put any... The variety birthday cake or real birthday cake? Is it someone's birthday? I only used the Mighty Medic. I didn't know there were other ways. Actual lemon birthday cake. Wow. Well, I'm just going to risk all of it and put LP on. I just went on hold completely. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday then, Paula? Happy birthday. Can everyone wish Paula a happy birthday? And if it's not Paula's birthday, wish whoever's birthday it is a happy birthday. Happy birthday, birthday, happy birthday. That's not the right song. There we go. 420 baby. 420 baby. So it was meant to be. You and weed were meant to be. What a ridiculous blanket statement. Everyone born today was destined for weed. Paula's weed destiny. Yeah, we need to see happy birthday from everyone in the chat to Paula. Wait a minute, what am I even thinking? What was I thinking? There we go. Here's where I'm about to get copyright claimed. There's talk all over it to make sure it doesn't get copyright claimed. Let's ruin the moment to make sure it doesn't get copyright claimed. Anne-Marie, are you only aware of the... he didn't see you at Glastonbury, that's terrible. Oh, I feel bad that I just said that. Oh dear. Big T. Big T, happy birthday to Paula, please. Chat rules today. You have to wish Paula a happy birthday. Yeah, I do. Well, I think it's fair to say that he didn't see anybody at Glastonbury. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's bad. I'm laughing at my own non-joke as well. Well. Happy birthday, Glastonbury's wank. Happy copyright claim. I've been to Glastonbury once and it was a fairly awful experience, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it at all, but it was more to do with the company that I had and the very strict itinerary that had been laid out in front of me. It wasn't particularly a fun experience, and it definitely should have been. So that's this thing. This thing definitely works. Yeah, it's always the company that ruin it. I mean, I'm usually the company ruining it. But, you know. Is it always me, or is it the lack of understanding as well? Andy Short has just said hi. Hi, Andy Short. Are you high? Also, Andy, happy birthday to Paula, please. Those are chat rules today. That's the kind of fun we have around here. It's forced fun. You will have fun, or you will be banned. Oops. The thing about one of these live streams is that you may get to see me. Yes, happy birthday. Andy, you can stay. Yeah, there we go. It's like childhood birthdays all over again. Have fun! Enjoy yourself! Look what I've done for you! Well, you know. I'm not letting, if you're going to judge me, I'm not letting you look at it. Whoa. And yeah, the other thing is, I have got a massive bottle of this stuff in the kitchen. And I find this dish a little tricky to clean once it gets ground in there like that. You can't see that. It's fairly mucky. And I was going to say I want to do another one, but I could just use the banger. The core dish is annoying. XL, yes. Use a paper clip. Yeah, or any other dabbing tool. Oh, I don't like that grinding noise. Squeaky, squeaky. I don't know any other birthday songs. Apart from, you know, the obvious. So we just have some birthday squeaking. Yes! 50 points to Ash. 25 for the paperclip suggestion, 25 for the birthday. Anne-Marie Thompson, yeah, send us an email about the housing thing, just in case any of us can help. And that's that. Thank you for coming to the stream. That'll do for now. I'm going to let it soak and use a banger. John Jay. Yes, John Jay. Let's all get in touch. You haven't missed anything, dead man. The sticker, which is now coming off the desk already, is by Dale Flatham, the bass player from my favourite band of all time, along with Talking Heads, Steel Pole Bathtub. The singer and guitarist of which did the music for, I think, Portal 1 and 2, the Valve games, and is rumoured to be doing the music for the new Half-Life game. The band Steel Pole Bathtub, they were featured in a load of the marketing materials for either Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, maybe both of them, I'm not sure. And yeah, you can support him on Patreon. And yeah, it's that weird world of the future where you can speak to people that you grew up not idolizing, but you know, fucking loving the work that they're doing, and suddenly you're just a couple of button pushes away from speaking to them directly. Yeah, it's very strange. I was not last year, I think 2 years ago, I was in the studio, I was hiring a studio in town, and that's the studio where Sleaford Mods record. One of the guys from Sleaford Mods used to live in the same building I'm in. Happy 420, Anne-Marie. Forgotten where I was going with the studio story completely. Oh, so I was doing music, and because, you know, someone like this was accessible, I was like, right, okay. Started having conversations with him about hiring him for doing the artwork, because he does all the artwork for Steel Pole Bathtub's music. He does posters and artwork for loads of bands. It's like, fuck, that means I can hire one of the people that I fucking love their music of. I can hire him to do the fucking album cover. So I was in process, of talking to him about that. He'd agreed to do that, and then the raid happened, and everything just kind of nosedived from there. I'll get back to it at some point though. Anyway, yeah, he sent that sticker. Fucking hell, it's a long way round. It's a long way round just to say that. Bang bang. Yeah, sticker law. Right, let's pump this shit like they do in the future. Hot knife. I bet everyone knows what these are, but just in case. Ceramic, heated tip, e-cig battery, and then it's running out of its battery. But yeah, just heats up so you can get the dabs off quicker and easier. SP404 Mark II. Yeah, that was on my shopping list for a long time, or hovering around my shopping list for a long time. And same with, yeah, something like the TR8S. I didn't bother going for either. It just heats it up, so when you've got it turned upside down, it just slides off really quickly. The dab slides off it really quickly. John J, question away. Would wand and chugger with banger work? Chugger with banger will work. Wand. What are we wanding? What's the wand? The wand comes with a banger. Is that what you're saying? Can anyone shed light on? Oh, the Aspire wand. I actually don't know. Can someone answer John's question while I'm on hold? My brain isn't working and I'm going to do another dab. The Aspire wand needs metal, doesn't it? It's an induction heater. That's where my brain's getting really tripping over itself. Metal lined bowls, there we go. Oh yeah, you can get right, okay. I understand. I've seen some with the metal that goes, oh, what's the fucking big one? The big induction heater thing that you get with the, it's got a little, like a spark plug type thing that you go all the way around, touching it to heat it up. Fat Piggy's got one of the big boxes, I can't remember what it's called. It's a massive fucking electrical device in a piece of wood, I think. And then it's got like a, yeah, that's the one. Big T knows what we're talking about. I don't, he does. Oh, the battery's running out on this. Doing it all wrong, look. Who cares? Where's the bloody... Melancholy Sky, I was about to call you Mediocre Sky. Melancholy Sky. Happy 420. So yeah, the camouflage, I think comes with metal cups that go on the outside of the dish. Yeah. And then you go around the cap, touching touching the wand thing that comes with it to it. For such a massive device, all that kind of stuff, it just seems like such a faff. I'd honestly rather just get a coil or a fucking torch, to be honest. A torch and a thermometer. Induction indeed. So John, yeah, if you wanted to get into dabbing, I'd be more inclined well, your options, I guess, are a banger and a torch, banger and a coil, banger and a torch and a thermometer. If you can get into that, that's probably the cheapest way to do it, really. But if you just want to try some dabs, you can mix them in with flour and just do them in whatever vaporizer you've got. Yeah, hair straighteners is probably, it's not necessarily the easiest, but it's a cheap way to access a dab if your flour's good enough. And see if you like the experience. Ah, Metatron, but you can just do a small dab. That's the thing, just do a small dab. Melancholy Sky with a top tip. Definitely don't overcook it, and definitely get adjustable temp hair straighteners. Adjustable temp ones are easy to find. Yeah, I'm not down with the silicone. Were you here, Big T, a minute ago when I showed this? Where's the other one? There we go. Pivot with a mouthpiece attached. Fat Piggy that sent me this pivot and put this together with a little hole in it so you can get the airflow in. This little collar comes off, so then you can attach it to another one. So you could do that. It's slightly less discreet, but kind of elegant. But he's just got himself another pivot, and he's taken the whole thing apart. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but he's asked for this one back because he needs two to make some sort of super pivot. He's doing some sort of thing where he's combining two together and making probably some wooden housing for it. Yeah. Not sure what he's going to do, but yeah, this is going back next week. It's nice with that though. It's much nicer with a glass mouthpiece. And that, being that size, it's not really that much less discreet. Drones over Brooklyn. Whoever asked, yeah, it's a rack. This is a studio desk. There's rack-mounted Lexicon reverb unit, dual reverb unit. Can that mouthpiece spin a pill? I think he's managed it. I'm not really finding any success with it. He's sent little tiny pearls to go in there. Maybe it's because the concentrates I've got are a bit too thick and the pearl's a bit too small, don't know. But it doesn't feel like I'm getting it to spin. And I'm not really finding it necessary anyway. Oh, okay, so we've had 2 holes. I'll let him know. Angled hole. Got you, got you, got you, got you, got you, got you, got you. Got you, 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 got you. That's why I prefer the metal carb cap on this to the glass one I've got. I mean, I know the glass one you can angle the hole yourself, but it's already got angled holes in it. And it works perfectly with this thing. Yeah. So that, I wonder if that's all he's doing. I know he's taken the whole heater apart. He's doing some sort of side-by-side thing. I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't know if he's keeping the battery on one side and then having the heater down here and then a mouthpiece coming up, I suspect. But yeah, he could easily make this out of wood with a hinge on it. But I would suspect he's going to end up doing something like that. But all wood. That could be fucking neat, actually. But it would cost you 2 pivots. I think. I don't know. Fancy if you wanted one, though. I think he's more doing it for experimentation and fun reasons than selling one, though. What next? How long have we been going? An hour. Fat Piggy thermal accumulator next, I guess, then. As soon as we've been talking about him behind his back. Oh, it's already got something in it. If you're watching or if you're listening, Fat Piggy, hello. I hope you're well. That's made by Fat Piggy. It's one of his personal stems. It's much better than a Dynavap. I do wish it had a slightly bigger bowl. I think the bowl needs a bit of... that one's got stuff in it as well. So it's got around 70 quartz beads in the cap behind that gauze, and then you can adjust the airflow with the screw and just adjusting those holes, making them smaller and bigger. You can absolutely pulverize this thing with any flame. You can have it... I've had them glowing red hot and still not had it burn a bowl at all. Which really surprised me. And then for anyone else who hasn't seen it, this is the stem from... Shit, I've forgotten. This is a stem from something else though, from a different device, from a different stem device. And then that's the bowl. And it all goes together like that. Fat Piggy added this wooden holder to it, so it protects you from the heat because it can get quite hot. And then I added this bit off a bong dom. So it fits in any glass. There's a story there, Big T. No, John J, there's a story there. Dynavap copied him for their new core. I wouldn't like to say such things at all. That would be terrible to say things like that in public. Zaid gone. Enjoy the rest of your day, Aid. Thank you for being here. But yeah, Dynavap had a chance to be involved with this. I think I can say that much. So just need to grind some flour now. I think the only thing I've got enough of that I can grind is Lucy in the Sky. Sativa dominant, 22%. Maybe don't open it right next to the mic. Maybe don't do this. So I'm going to ask a question. To be fair, Big T, I'm not going to disagree with that in the slightest. I've not had personal experience of him, but I do. Yeah. Yeah. Lucy in the Sky. There's a bunch of other buds in there, but that did have its head on it when it came. It's a fairly decent sized bud. Exactly, Ash, that's why it's so hard to say too much, really. Sorry, it's hard to say, yeah, it's hard to be judgy, but at the same time, the experiences I've heard other people have with him have not been entirely, yeah. I wonder if I've still got the, is that it? There we go, that's what came in my bag of Lucy in the Sky. Oops. And that's why I can't do much with my hands. Ah! Was that it? I think that was it. That was pretty good. But my question is going to be, how is this stuff stored when it's in the pharmacy? Is an absolute unit. Because are we experiencing basically that, you know, the nature of how this stuff can be stored is that all the big stuff's going to rise to the top. So all the first few bags that go out are going to have all the big buds in, and everything else is going to be some sort of smalls. Oops. People getting light bags. I saw someone posting that they'd got a bag that they thought was including the weight of the including the weight of the Boveda pack. You got 9 grams. What was that with? Was that 4C? Like, is there a... So there may be problems at Zeal. When you say the crap batch, was it definitely a second batch? Was it a different batch number? Or do you mean batch just as in the second batch that you got? Oh, right, so it's a... Yeah, this is part of the problem with me not doing Reddit and stuff like that. I end up being a little bit behind on what's going on. From what I remember, I wasn't into the Slurrican mints anyway, I think. Ah, Galactic Cake. Let's see what I've got here. Galactic Cake A264192 A2641184, yeah. So yeah, that's a different batch. Yeah, both bags I had of the Galactic Cake are confirmed different batch number. I've got A264192. Interesting. So is that... I'll have to have a look and see if that batch is still available. And if it's still available, I'll grab some. Let me grab a pen actually and write that number down that you've just posted. Let's get a pad. A up, Casper. A2641184. A2641184. Right. I shall ask. Got no idea if I'll get any sort of answer, but I can ask. A2641184. I've written that down right, yeah. A2641184. Yeah, nice one, Big T. That's really fucking handy. I'll ask about that. Shit, means I've got to have to look on. I'll have to. Man, I hate Reddit and stuff like that. But I'll definitely send a message. Big T, so the mouldy old bud, Big T, is it specific to the galactic cake that we're talking, or is there something else? Are there other factors going on, other things going on? Just the galactic cake. That makes it I was going to say potentially easier to track down, but that's not what I mean. It makes it easier. That makes it easier for me to talk about because it's pointed and direct, if you know what I mean. Ah. Well, yeah, and then that's going to cause mold. Yeah, so with because obviously I use 72% Boveda packs quite a lot for pressing, and if you try vaping that, the first bowl is always no visible vapor and just flavour. Melancholy Sky, yeah. Beep, 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 beep. The pink kush from 4C, I think, is the same pink kush they've always had. It's Pure Sun Farms, I think, just with different packaging, because the MHRA have got heavy about packaging having anything fancy on it at all. Big T, when it eventually dries out in the vape, does it then vape normally, or is it still not giving vapor off? Wow. Well, that's quite big, isn't it? No pun intended. That's quite a big deal, Big T. Well, I can definitely ask. Oi, oi, oi. T, that's a lot. My brain's in slow mode, but yeah, let's see what we can figure out, Big T. Sorry, I went on hold then because I'm just trying to think of a solution. As in, if you want to email me, Big T, and see what we can come up with. See if there's anything we can, any way we can get that information from you back to 4C directly. No, wait. It'll be through Zeal that you'll need to do it. Have you got in touch with Zeal? There we go, yeah. Bloody hell, my brain is really on fucking slow mode. All we're going to hear from 4C is that you need to go through the pharmacy and make a formal complaint. So do that first, do a yellow card report. And then that's the first part of getting a refund as well. And if you want to email me when you've done that with Zeal, and then we can try and follow up with Zeal and 4C to see if there's any kind of refund possibilities, or at the very least getting it looked into. Because if it's something that a bunch of other people are going through, then it needs fucking stomping on. If it's just a one-off, it needs stomping on. But if it's a thing that's happening to loads of people, then it definitely needs fucking stomping on. And obviously I can't vouch for it because it's a different fucking batch. And yeah, that's exactly where my brain was starting to go, John. Yeah, the only way I can find out personally is me fucking buying it. Do you know what I mean? So let's do complaint, yellow card report, complaint, yellow card report, complaint, request for a refund from that, and see if we can get any answers. But yeah, melancholy sky. I can't remember the last time I bought more than 10 grams of anything. And that's why when I can, I'm buying the smaller packs. Moldy Hellfire. Yeah, that's the thing. Not taking it back to check. It's the complete... I understand the difficulty with... The difficulty with... how many of us would send such a load of weed back to the point where the entire businesses would just collapse. And how difficult it would be to deal with so many of us sending weed back just because we don't fucking like it, with whatever legitimate reasons. But also the blanket, the solution they've come up with is to just say no to all of it. So I definitely want us to pursue what little avenues we have. Yeah, exactly. Computer says no. What few avenues we have, like the yellow card report. And getting the word out there. There you go. If that were an option, it's the same with what's the one I always fucking bring up? You get 15 grams of it in the packs, the really cheap stuff. That was the first time I rang up IPS and complained, and was just Tilray. Exactly. There we go. It was just, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is not medicine. This is going to last me like 2 days. Doesn't matter that it's 15 grams or 300 grams. It's going to be gone in an instant because it's crap. Yeah. Tilray was without doubt the worst thing I've ever had on medical, I think. Well, no. There's been a few others. But yeah, Tilray is definitely the one that stuck in my mind of, no wonder you're selling this in 15 gram packs. This is fucking awful. Whoa! That was inevitable. There we go. Yeah, literally burning money. Like baking your bank account in a... like baking your bank account in a conduction oven. Let's go for some induction instead. And that roulette, almost a Russian roulette of weed on medical, is exactly why the channel exists. CBD bud's completely legal. All CBD hash is legal. I'll get onto that in a minute. $90 grams, John J. All right, Jimmy Dracula, I see you. That was peppery. That was Lucy in the Sky. That was very peppery. Yeah, I see what you're saying, melancholy. I've had that experience actually with a solicitor, but in reverse, where I was saying that that was part of the end result of the raid for growing, and but the actual weed that I had was medical. And right at the last minute, before we went in to sign something, and my mind just tripped out because of this, and I ended up signing something I shouldn't have signed. It became clear that the whole time I'd been talking to her about how the weed I'd got was medical and legal, she at the last minute turned around and said something like, but CBD weed doesn't even do anything. And it was at that moment that I realised she hasn't got a fucking clue what I've been talking about for months. She hasn't got a fucking clue what I've been talking about, that the weed I had was actually prescribed full-on weed. All of that was a learning experience. I ended up not having a criminal record, thankfully. But fucking hell. It's definitely a learning experience going through things like that. You live and learn. Gonna make a mess, but it's fairly even. I should put that on something instead, or in something. Micron bags. You can't really, for doing what I'm doing on the channel, I can't really win with micron bags. If I have too big and go for quantity over quality, people will moan about you only got all your lipids and all your crap in it. And it's just loads of crap. It's not rosin. And if I go too fine, then obviously that's going to affect yield and slightly defeat the point of what I'm doing. But part of it is just to check whether the rosins, whether the quality's any good or not, really. It's more about whether the bud is old and shit. And certainly the finer you go, the more chance you've got of adjusting changing the quality of the rosin that you're getting. The consistency, that's the word I'm looking for. So I don't want to go too fine. So last time I ended up getting 70 micron bags, and that's what I've been using for the last few months. It's more about, say with sadly the QSG, and how ridiculously dark and solid that stuff was. And I still had someone saying, oh, it's because you've got all your lipids in it, because you're squishing it too hard. But then if you look at the quality of the rosin that came from the peanut butter souffle, that's these as well. It's been pressed in exactly the same way, and that stuff's light and golden and like white chocolate. So it's more about, putting the rosin together with the footage that we see on the scope and the correlation of, well, there we go, we can see how old or how manhandled or how degraded all this stuff is. If I was doing it just for me, I'd probably have a mix of, 160 and down at 25 as well. But the main problem with having the finer stuff is the finer microns is how easy it is to make THCA. And I don't want to be making THCA. So 70 seemed like a good compromise, all in all. Are the effects from rosin better than flower? The GMO cart was rubbish. The GMO cart was definitely rubbish. It really was. So the GMO cart, whatever they were saying in the blurb, it had loads of other stuff in it. It was really, really watered down crap. And with the new ones that have come out, who's doing the new ones? My mind has gone. The Aurora ones, there we go, the 66 quid ones. In the blurb that's on MedBud, there's loads of stuff in there about how they haven't got this, they haven't got that, we haven't put this in it, we haven't put that in it. It's all pure, it's all fucking amazing. But it says that it's resin. And then you look at the cart and it's this liquid. Since when is resin coming in a liquid that hasn't got anything else in it? I just don't see it. So I'm fully expecting it to be shit. What we want is they be capping. But I've ordered one. So I'll get through it. I'll crack it open and, check the consistency and see what it feels like. And it's probably just going to be the same horrible shit. I'll crack it open and try dabbing it and see what happens. And I suspect it's just going to be exactly the same horrible goo that feels more like a moisturizer than anything sticky or with anything active in it. You just need the right kind of carts, I guess. Big T. Just decarb it. But yeah, resin is a good hardware and good oil. And obviously the industry isn't really so into that. I could just leave that sentence there, really, couldn't I? But the original question was, is rosin better than flour for effects? That's what John asked, though. So, I'm kind of going to say yes. It's not really about the effects necessarily. It's more that it's really quick and simple way to medicate, I'm going to say, for me. And it's way less vapor. So it's way easier on my lungs. That's the main reason I like dabbing and rosin. But it's also why this new cart's probably going to be shit. you're probably going to have to get through quite a lot of it to get the same effect as one dab, because it'll have been watered down so much. Therefore, I'll get through it in just a couple of days. And then we're back to, I may as well have bought a bag of Tilray. So what we need is raw form resins and things. And it's all there, it's all available in Canada. So all the companies that are bringing all this stuff in, it's there. It seems to be, there's maybe a couple of ways of doing it. One of the ways of doing this is that if we all start requesting rosin, let's take rosin for example. If we all start going to our doctors and requesting rosin, then that will feed up the chain. It will certainly ready the chain for when rosin becomes available, because at the moment part of the problem is prescribers haven't got a clue what it is and don't know what it is. So we're back at the situation where we were, say, when the medical market first started, and no doctors, no prescribers really understood what they were prescribing when it comes to flower. So therefore there's just a huge amount of ignorance around it, and loads of us going to doctors and knowing way more about it than they do, but they have the say on what we get and what we're allowed. So you get these stupid things like, you know, only being allowed, in my case, I would have been allowed 90 grams at the plug, TPMG. They would have allowed me to carry on having my 90 grams, but they would only allow me to have something like 4 varieties a month or something ridiculous. I can't remember what it was. It's like, why restrict the varieties? That makes no sense whatsoever. And most of those medical people at the moment don't have a clue what rosin is. So we need to explain to them what it is and really focus on, and this is the key part, the medicinal benefits of rosin. So in my case, being severely asthmatic and a dab being so much less vapor and low temp dabbing being so much less harsh on my lungs. He says coughing. For exactly the same medicine, I find it a lot easier to dose. There we go. The whole dosing thing is easy to sort out without a cart. I find it so much easier to dose with rosin than I do with flower. So much easier. You know, straight away after your first dab with some rosin, that, all right, I need that amount to have that effect. That's it. With flour, you might have to go through 3 bowls before you really get a handle on how much of it you need to receive your desired effect. I don't know, I find it harder to dose flour, personally. I mean, it's not hard, but you know what I mean. Yeah, flour's way more of a lottery, I think, than having a dab. And I think that would be the case overall for a lot of patients, for a lot of us. But the prescribers don't know any of this. They don't know any of it. None of it. John, thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. There you go. James has got it as well. The THC range on all buds will be different. Dabs is easier to gauge. It's homogenized. It's everything that's in that flower reduced down into a standardized, homogenized form. Happy 420, Perry. Perry, was it you at the barbecue earlier? How was your Barbie? Exactly, James. Same boat. So, if you're medical, James, next time you speak to your doctor, if you haven't taken them through this, Michael Riley, hello. If you haven't taken them through this, definitely do that. And the more we can spread this, because 4C, I think I'm allowed to say this, I hope I'm allowed to say this, 4C have got rosin in stability testing at the moment. I'm pretty certain I was told I was allowed to say this. So the moment that comes to market, if the doctors are already aware and on board and enlightened as to what it is, they're more likely to prescribe it immediately to people that want it. I think I know of another slight breakthrough that's happened just in the last few days of helping getting rosin to market. I don't know if it's actually going to speed anything up, but I think Foz has got in touch with someone who might be helpful in getting quite a large range of rosin to market. Whether that's actually sped anything up or not, I don't know. And I don't know any more than that, actually, just that he's spoken to someone whose eyes lit up. Yeah, Glow seems to have been a bit of a dead end. Hopefully that's still, as far as I'm aware, it's still being worked on. I've not heard. Well, that can only be a good sign, I guess, that Sub-Zero, you don't see him around. That would mean that he's probably under an NDA and working away, you would hope. But yeah, James, if you've not, everyone, if you've not taken your doctor, if you're medical and you've not taken your doctor through what rosin is and why we should have it for medical reasons, why it's beneficial, that's certainly a way that we can ready the market and help the market know that there's a call for it. And that seems to be one of the reasons why we haven't got it. We haven't got it because no one's asking for it and the doctors don't know what it is. So when someone does ask for it, they've got no clue, so it doesn't really go anywhere. So those of us on medical that know rosin, we have to start pushing our doctors for it, it seems. That seems to be one of the pushbacks that I'm getting from a few people in the industry, is that, oh, prescribers are just never going to go for it. They're never going to prescribe it. I've specifically heard those phrases from someone in the industry. They're never going to prescribe it. They don't understand it. They didn't understand You know, they barely understand flour. It's like, yeah, but they are prescribing flour because that's what the industry's fucking based round. So they have got their heads round it, and they'll get their fucking heads round rosin. No offense, Ash, but I think that's foolhardy. I'm expecting the carts to be shit, but I'm getting one next week to find out. I'm very, very happy that they're at least cheaper. Yes. Yeah, at least he's thinking positive. It's commendable. And at least they're going down in price. So for people that do like them, that Alternative thing, £10 a month, that is a great idea. Easier to budget, much easier to budget. At Cardiff, I'm on 33 quid a month. And it's still much easier for me to get my head around and budget than, you know, the 100 quid every 3 months. But I'm still finding it tricky because obviously it is 3 times the price of Alternative. It's 30 quid, do you know what I mean? Budgeting is not my forte, never has been, and unfortunately never will be. But it does make it easier doing it monthly. Yeah, they always say that. My medica, since I've been doing medical, every single clinic that has responded has said, oh, they should be available sometime in the future. But we need to directly update the prescribers, the doctors themselves, the doctors and the nurses, as to why it's a good thing and why we should be getting it in, why there's an urgency for it. Yeah. I've seen that Dr. I've seen him. Dr. Dave talking to Drew. I didn't realise he worked with my Medica. Cardiff have been great. Cardiff have been fantastic so far. Full melt for the win. Yeah, we need to educate all of the doctors and the nurses on what all of this crap is and what stuff to stay away from, what is actually crap as well. Although if THCA on its own works for you, then that should be available. But, yeah, things such as, you know what I'm talking about. Certain kinds of extracts, certain charlatans' extracts, those kind of things, you know, should be known about for doctors as well. Yeah, I think word's gotten round. He seems to have gotten a lot quieter, not Drew, Nafsky. Hello, Nafsky, if you're watching this and hiding, by the way. Word seems to have gotten round, though, quite definitively. And the more videos he's making, the more and more obvious it was becoming to everyone that he didn't have a clue what he was talking about, and still doesn't. All this PGR stuff. What's your own dodgy hemp made from? What additives has that got? But anyway, old news. Sour OG cheese. Every company I've spoken to, I've said the market would love some cheese. I know there's specific cheeses that the UK usually has. Was it Exodus cheese, Luton cheese? Can't remember. And yeah, Thurismos Welford was one of the companies that was saying, get cheese, get cheese, get cheese. Ages ago, I did some bullshit market research asking all the subscribers if we could get anything on medical, what would it be? And one of the most popular, so I was hitting my leg, one of the most popular things, brain going, one of the most popular things was a form of cheese, proper cheese on medical. And that was the thing that a lot of people kept saying as well, cheese isn't the cheese we know now. But I was still surprised that there wasn't, you know, any kind of anything called cheese. There we go, drink some water, thank you. Nice one, Ash. Everyone else? Listen to Ash. Drink some water. If you're vaping along, drink some water. Do you think anyone would want to win the glass that I used at the train station in a giveaway? There's no throwing up. No throwing up on stream or in a stream. That's tasty. The Lucy in the Sky is very nice. It's very smooth. Mm. Oh, just realised I've been sat here in silence. Dead air. It's not good radio, is it? Dead air. Yeah, the Lucy is very tasty. Peppery and whatever it is, lemonini, piney. I can't place it right now. Everyone get ready to bounce. Seed in the death bubber. Plant that seed. Nowhere near my house. Well, no, whatever. Yeah, bangers and bangers. The worst thing about finding seeds is you can taste it in the rosin. It's unpleasant. We are having a bangers and bangers mash. Also, going out with all giveaway winnings now is stickers. Bigger than the one on my table. I'm pressing reality here to get it to focus. It's not working, I don't know why. Email in the channel description. Yeah, send us an email if you want a sticker. I've got a few. I hope everyone's bouncing. Yeah, I do. Big T. I've kind of done the stickers slightly under duress because I find it a bit weird. And whenever I buy something and it comes with stickers, I do invariably do an old man. For fuck's sake, I'm not 5. But yeah, stickers. I quite like having stickers. Pin badges. Does anybody here watch any of Cheap Show or listen to Cheap Show? Paul Gannon and his weakness for Ghostbusters pin badges. Yeah, I started sticking stickers on every table at Rough Trade Nottingham the other day. Slaps. When I went into the printing shop and was asking about stickers, there was a lot of confusion about what we were both talking about. And as soon as he said, "Oh, you mean slaps?" I was like, "All right, okay, now we're both on the same page." I love this little thing. It's so smooth. There's no other vape that I've got in the house that's as smooth as this. That's the whole bowl. Every time I'm using this, that's a whole bowl down in one, I think, pretty much. And there's just no cough. If I was doing that with any other device I've got, I'd be coughing. Which is better? Ah, well, nuance. Nuance is better than a question of which is better. The peanut butter is the indica heavy hitter, but it hasn't got flavour. But it's really nice and fresh. Really fresh. It's fucking 2 months old or something. Oh, you've been off watching the video as well, haven't you? So you've seen how fresh it is. You've seen the quality of it. I haven't looked at the Lucy under the scope, but Lucy is the one with all the flavour. But it's older. It's about 6 months old, I think. I hope I'm not getting that wrong and doing a disservice to the information I've been given and then forgotten. And it's Lucy in the Sky, sativa, 22%. It's peppery and either piney or lemony, I can't quite remember, even though it's what I'm on right now. I'm concentrating on too many things at once. Yeah, that's the opposite of what sativas are normally traditionally about. But yeah, the Lucy is the one with the terps. And press is very gooey. It's very nice to goo. Very nice to goo. What the fuck am I talking about? More water. Anyone vaping along? More water. Yeah, I'm with you there, James. That was where I got confused with GG4 as well. That's where I've ended up saying to people it's all kind of the same to me, but there are a few indicas, not indicas, sativas or varieties that I found a little bit racy. Oh no! Oh my God! I do like the Tiny Mite. I think the Tiny Mite 2 is definitely, out of all the portables I've tried, it was a worthy purchase, I think. Ah, James does not agree. Why don't you like it, James? Let's have a let's have a nuanced look at the Tiny Mite. You know, it's all kind of out there about why these things are good. Why isn't it? Oh, okay. Tea bowl. What's a tea bowl? Yeah, the Purple Heart one has got, I think, an updated heater and something else as well. And it came out maybe just a week or two before I bought my Tiny Mite 2. But that's also why I got the Tiny Mite 2 slightly cheaper. I've got a feeling this was last 420's purchase, I think. And certainly for being out and about, this is definitely my preferred over the Mighty. And to be honest, the thermal accumulator, blah, blah, blah. Custom parts. Wow. Aswood Designs for doing bodies and stuff for the Tiny Mite 2, I guess then. One of the main reasons I didn't go solo is knowing that it's got the restricted draw on it, and that really fucking winds me up. Restricted draw, speed, draw, blah blah. But if anyone's thinking of getting one, you've got to get an extra stem for it. The stems that come with it aren't really the greatest. Depends. I'd say swings and roundabouts with an e-rig. Yes, but then you're also climbing down a little bit on glass versus ceramic. And the battery thing. But that's about it, really. The e-rigs have gotten really good these days. If I'm at home, I'd rather use a banger. That's the end of that sentence. Depends how important portable is to you more than anything. And yeah, I would rather do mains power than battery. Kind of like the pivot. I mean, it's good for going out, but I wouldn't use it for any other reason. I don't like the silicone mouthpiece. You've got to use it in the right way, otherwise it can get quite messy. But it's good. It works. It's cheap. Comparatively cheap. It's discreet. It's more discreet than, you know, can do a convection dab in this really easily, but it's more discreet than using this. Certainly more discreet than using this in a torch, or using this and induction heater. Well, that's not mine. That's going back. That's going back to Fat Piggy that loaned me it. As I was saying before, he's taking it all apart. He's taking two apart and combining them together to make one super pivot, probably mostly in wood, I would have thought. So it'd be quite interesting to see what he comes up with. So this mouthpiece, this is just a standard e-cigarette mouthpiece with an extra bit that Fat Piggy made, which I think this is one of his heat sinks that he sells for his thermal accumulator, so you can get it to cool off easier, quicker. And he drilled a hole in it. And then that's just for a standard e-cig thing. Same with that. So that bit just fits on the end. Let's get it around the right way. And then fits into the pivot. Not as clumsy as a blaster, more elegant, more reminiscent of a bygone age. Did I see JOJ? Hello JOJ. Ah, JOJ. Rules in the chat. And anyone else that's new in, happy birthday to Paula. Happy 420 and happy birthday to Paula. Big T, you mean this thing? This one? Is that the one that you're talking about? So have you found, do you know of any solution other than regularly taken apart? Do you know of anyone that's made a third-party seal to go in there to stop it from all being open and getting covered in reclaim? And yeah, it is a beast. And it really does kick out a lot of vapour. Use Blue Tack. I was talking about it earlier because there's one to give away coming up on the channel. I've been editing the review to go along with the giveaway. Oh, okay. Puffco's exactly the same. I thought the Puffco was all sealed right up to where the dish is. Got you. It's pernicious vapor. Have you upgraded to the glass chamber? Maybe I should make that part of the giveaway. You have to send me blue tack to be in with a chance to win. Shit, no, that'd be a lot of blue tack. No one needs that much blue tack. It's unnecessary. Dr. Dabber is a different beast. Oh, you're never gonna... You know what, as well? So I mentioned earlier... Foz making that amazing, very generous journey of coming over and making a donation to my Save the Dosser fund, the Dosser being me. He also brought what was left of this back. Get it off camera. Get it off camera quick. Bleached gravel. Bleached gravel. To be sent off, to be tested to somewhere else. Not quite sure where. I've got the thing in. I'll have the thing in a message that I've not looked at yet. But yeah, it's done the rounds a little bit. Can you do a giveaway of some rosin? I mean, if I wanted to get into, you know, I think no. In the same way that I couldn't do a giveaway of giving away some of my prescription. That would be bonkers. To be fair, that's probably one of the best descriptions of what it looks like, foot scrapings. Very clean foot. An abstract foot scrapings. I wonder how much battery we've got left. Let's go on green. Alright, well, you know, your bong is part of your medical equipment, Casper. You troll his lives. Is he still doing them? Oh, just don't look. It's a fugazi. Fantastic, Casper. That's great. I thought, I mean, have I not mentioned this? I've not mentioned this on the live, have I? All this fucking stupid stress of this train station thing and the train company. I've come out in, in stress shingles. So I want to go. I'd love to go and do more weed audits, but body and mind are saying, nah, fuck you. You're not doing any of that. But I think the next, I've got a feeling the next target needs to be the main central police station in Nottingham. They don't seem to know much. And I think the police is something that we need, really. I think the outcome of the train thing is gonna be slow. But the police thing seems to be the positive part of it. And it might not be the same at the main police station in town, but after seeing them, they're now used to people going in there with video cameras and videoing them. They know that they're being watched. So I think going in there on camera is probably less. It's probably not that scary, not going to be that scary. But that's not what we were talking about. Casper, so have you come home in, with everything? Did they try and take anything off you? James, yeah. I think that's essentially where I am with the local police now. Well, certainly with BTP. The second time I went into the train station, the officer who I hadn't told my name to, he came using my name straight away. But I've also gone to the local station, handed in the pamphlet, and I'm known there, so they've probably put two and two together. But I've gone in there twice now, vaping while I was in there, I think, and giving them the information. So you would hope some of that spreads. BTP, it did spread, definitely. So going into the main station in town may get the information spread a little bit more. But so many of them are rotters anyway. They're not going to care. If you've got it, if you smell of it, and they want to be an arsehole, they're going to be an arsehole. Michael Barry Less. What the fuck? Are you serious? Was he actually there? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of that, Pomples. I'm thinking that there must be a choice location and a choice place that needs weed knowing about, that a bunch of us could go to. Ah. Barrymore's on the medical. I've seen Barrymore's doing pushing YouTube at the moment. I've seen him doing he had 5 guys the other day. I'm not even joking. That was the joke title that he had. You know, his clickbait title. Michael Barrymore has 5 guys. So let's get the Nafsky off the table. I don't even want to look at it. Get rid of that bullshit. What have we got left? Ah, it stinks. What's the trouble with 420? Inhaling everything. And again, what's amazing is there's 2 different types of rosin in there. There's flower rosin and live hash rosin. And the live hash rosin and the flower rosin is ridiculously light in coloured. And that's the peanut butter souffle. On the left, oh shit, this is filthy. On the left is the live hash rosin. Let's have a bit of both. Oh shit, this thing's fucking run out of battery, hasn't it? I forgot about that. Right, I think we might be on a warning because I need the toilet. So this could be the last dab. Unfortunately, that's not going to help my bladder. So yeah, coming midweek or sooner, I'll get the giveaway for the Core XL on the go, which is one of these. What colour are we on? Let's go blue. There we go. Now we know. Oh, that smells lovely. Just the smell coming off the hot knife is lovely. Oh, there we go. Wow. There's loads left. That tasted lovely. Gonna go up a heat level though. Prepare to cough. Let's see when it gets going. There we go. Now we go. Have a good one, James. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for joining this 420 live stream. Deb, have a good one. Everyone, I think this is the final inhale. Thanks again for being here. Give us a like and a subscribe. And in a couple of days' time, there'll be one of these to give away on the channel. Stay medicated, folks. Enjoy the rest of your night.